This is infrared footage recorded in 1996 over the western United States, likely captured by an infrared sensor aboard a United States military platform. The clip was transferred to the United States Navy UAP Task Force and later moved to AARO in 2022 as part of the Pursue release program, and the Department of War made the file public in July 2026. The original record notes that there were no formal data handling practices for UAP materials at the time the incident was reported, and that the media was digitally altered before it reached the task force. AARO is presenting the material as it was received. The total runtime of the file is 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Early in the clip, an area of contrast crosses the sensor field of view, entering from the upper right and tracking down toward the lower left. The object appears as a bright or dark signature against a largely uniform background, consistent with thermal or infrared imaging that shows relative heat contrast rather than visible color. For roughly a minute, the footage repeats frame by frame, producing a stuttering sequence, and then the same sequence is played back at a slower speed for several seconds. The final portion of the file holds on a single frame that was extracted from the opening seconds, effectively freezing the scene on one still image. There are no instrument overlays, range markers, or platform identifiers embedded in the clip, and the file lacks an unbroken chain of custody back to the original recording. Analysts note that the pattern of repetition and the prior digital alteration complicate efforts to verify motion or derive reliable kinematic data. The record, therefore, contains limited metadata and no definitive identification of the object. This case is notable for its age and its handling. A 1996 infrared record that arrived in modern archives only after agency transfers, with visible evidence of editing and pauses in the motion record. Because the provenance is incomplete and no corroborating sensor data is published, the incident remains catalogued as unresolved rather than explained. Investigators note that without original sensor logs, platform flight records, or any corroborating radar or visual reports, it is not possible to determine size, altitude, or velocity from this clip alone. The published file provides only a contrast trace, and further attribution requires additional evidence that is not present here. The file remains an open matter in the archive. For the full case file, related footage, sighting reports, and our weekly UAP news podcast, visit uapdrop.com.